Hi, I'm a professional organizer. Did you get a lot of presents this holiday season? Where's this all gonna fit? If you have trouble decluttering, here's a tip for you. Head into the new year, it's usually out with the old and in with the new. Time to declutter. Every item in your home has 4 things attached to it: energy, emotion, responsibility, and physical space. Energy. Everything around us holds energy. Energy can be overstimulating if there's too much of it. Emotions. A lot of the stuff around us, we have emotional attachments to. That makes me sad. That makes me happy. That makes me excited. Responsibility. That is something that you have to maintain. You have to clean. You have to put batteries into. Physical space. Stuff takes up physical space. Do you have the space for it? Hi, I'm a professional organizer, and I recently shared a decluttering tip that everybody seemed to really enjoy. I summarized the 4 attachments to the things we own: energy, emotion, responsibility, and physical space. This video is part 1 of part 4, and I will go into more detail. Come along! Energy of the stuff around us can affect our daily lives in a negative or positive way. Just like people, I'm gonna give you examples of how to become more aware of this energy. Everything around us is made up of energy. And quantum physics, I failed science, tells us that objects are made up of atoms that are spinning and vibrating all the time, including us. Try thinking about being in the middle of an empty room versus being in the middle of a room full of stuff that's unorganized and in piles. We all know that there's a difference of the way that feels. Another example is an attic full of stuff that's above our heads every day, or the junk that's under your bed where you rest. There is no right or wrong. Clutter is a relative term, but the boundary is mental and physical health and safety. Some of us get anxiety with too much stuff around us, and others feel good being surrounded by their things. And the reasons are complex, but getting to know yourself is the starting point. Let's put this into practice and start to recognize the stuff that has negative energy. The stuff that holds negative energy is the stuff that represents bad habits, old ideas, toxic relationships, and anything that doesn't represent the better parts of you. Can you recognize the stuff that holds the positive energy? That might be a photo of a good friend, art, plants, your favorite colors, or anything that is an expression of you now or who you're aspiring to be. Ever heard of Feng Shui? Notice my energy change. Feng Shui is the practice of balance and the good flow of energy within our environment, and it commonly includes the elements of nature. I'm looking out the window. Plants, water, that's my Philly accent, metal, fire, air, wood. Now, we can't necessarily get rid of the negative family member, but we have the freedom and the choice to remove the objects that are draining our energy. Once you understand how you respond to the energy of an item, then you can decide to keep it or let it go. The energy that you sense will trigger an emotional reaction. And the next step from there is to recognize and name what that emotion is. Part 2 on emotions coming soon. Hi, my name's Kristen. I'm a professional organizer, and this is part 2 of part 4 of a series called Attachments to the Things We Own. Those 4 parts are energy, emotion, responsibility, and physical space. Part 1 was about how we can feel the energy of the people and the objects around us. If you can sense that energy, it will stir an emotion from within you. Are you able to recognize and name those emotions? Come along with me so you can navigate those emotional attachments and master the decluttering of your life. An emotional attachment is an emotional connection or bond to an object or a person. And the boundary for unhealthy versus healthy is when we allow that external item to regulate our mood versus being able to do it from within us. Emotional attachment to material possessions is temporary. If we attach our self-worth to material things, then what happens when we don't have them anymore? You are just as valuable with or without those things. Think about winning $1 million right now. You're still the same human with the same thoughts and habits. If you can embody the feeling of winning $1 million, You're already rich. 13 years ago, when I was 25, I moved from Florida back to my hometown of Pennsylvania, and I stuffed everything I had into my tiny little car and I sold the rest. I didn't have a penny to my name, I lost my job, and I ended my current relationship. The stuff around me made me feel valuable because my self-worth was at an all-time low. Good news, as my life improved, I worked on my inner happiness, I started my business, and my strong dependency on material things started to fade. If I asked you right now, how do you feel? Would you be able to name that emotion? I only used to know happy or anxious. I didn't understand that there was a range. Anxiety can be feeling overwhelmed, worry, or insecurity, and happy can be joy, freedom, or passion. Slowing down. Deep breaths and listening to your inner voice is the path to knowing how you feel. Decluttering your home, ask yourself questions to evoke emotion like, do I love this? Does this add value to my life? Do I use this? Will somebody else value this more? Is this something that I could borrow? Will I even remember that I have it? Have you ever heard of a full body yes? It's like when you're at a store and you're trying on an outfit and it's so good that you don't care what it costs. Practice recognizing those moments, because don't you want your life to be filled with full body yeses? When I'm decluttering with my clients, I ask them, tell me about this. I watch their facial expressions, their body language, and I listen closely. And then I just mirror back what I hear and see. Sounds like you really love that. Or sounds like you've got a lot of guilt about letting that go. Sometimes we just need a sounding board, and I still totally struggle from time to time and need help. Practice asking, how do I feel, on a daily basis, so you can sharpen that decluttering skill. Part 3 is next, and that's about the responsibility of the things we own. Hi, my name's Kristen. I'm a professional organizer, and this video is about the responsibility to the things we own. This video is part 3 of 4 of the 4 attachments to the things we own: energy, emotion, responsibility, and physical space. Part 1 was about the energy of an item. Part 2 was about the emotions of an item. And this is about how much do we really want to care for this item. You all might know the classic story of the kids that ask their parents, please, 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 can we get a puppy? And the parents are like, no, because we're gonna be the ones taking care of it, and you guys are gonna just neglect the responsibility. The lesson of getting a family dog teaches kids to take ownership and realize that a dog is a commitment. And what a great way to teach the life skill of thinking things through and anticipating the responsibility attached to purchase of an animal or an object. You see where I'm going with this? Whenever I make a purchase, I always think, what are the responsibilities attached to this? And there's a lot. Cleaning, dusting, changing batteries, protecting, fixing, oiling. And when we overwhelm ourselves with clutter, the care level has a tendency to drop because we're just trying to stay afloat by keeping it organized versus decluttering and really caring and honing in on those few things that we love. And I just realized 2 examples: quality over quantity, and having a ton of great acquaintances versus having a small core group of really good, true friends. And next time you're out and you're about to buy some things impulsively, slow down, take a moment to think it through. Do I have the time, the energy, and the space to care for this item? Speaking of space, the next and last video of this series is how our stuff takes up physical space. Happy organizing. Hi, my name's Kristen. I'm a professional organizer, and this is part 4 of the 4 attachments to the things we own. You can find this whole series put together into one video on my YouTube channel. Everything we own takes up space. Before you buy something, do you ever think, do I have the space for this in my home? Having awareness and a good plan before you make a large or impulsive purchase can keep you from getting backed up in your storage spaces. Let's dive more into this. Out with the old and in with the new is the general concept, but you want to create habits and systems around letting the old stuff go when the new stuff comes in, because there's only so much physical space. Be very aware when stuff starts to overflow their cabinets, containers, drawers, and shelves. When you define a category into a space, when it starts to overflow, you'll have a great visual of now it's time to declutter that spot. Here's an example. If you go out and you buy some cups for your kitchen, and you bring them back and try to fit them into the cup cabinet. If they don't fit, purge a few cups, but don't just throw those old cups into the garage. I always recommend an open donation box around the house, laundry room, or garage. Make sure you have a really easy donation drop-off resource nearby so the boxes don't just sit around. You can also look into Green Drop, which is a donation truck that will come and actually pick up any donations inside or outside of your home. This can hold you accountable knowing that the truck's coming. Did you know that we wear 20% of our clothes 80% of the time? When you buy new clothes and bring them home, eliminate the old ones. Then you don't have to do major closet overhauls. Do this for your pantry, your gadgets in your kitchen, toys for the kids, beauty products in the bathroom. I challenge you to level up your decluttering skills by trying something new. If you clear a space in a cabinet or a drawer, leave it empty. Try not to fill it right away. Give yourself more space for living and growing. Physical space around you reflects the life you want to live. Give yourself that space to grow and flourish. Because if you weigh yourself down with mental and physical clutter, how can you be free to fly? I truly hope that this series has helped many of you out there practice and work out your decluttering muscles. And I want you to please remember that organizing is a skill, and it either comes naturally, is taught by your mentors, or learned by educating yourself and with practice. Happy organizing to you all. Mwah!